When I started my Etsy shop 10 years ago, I uploaded one listing. It had a terrible photo of a product that was sitting on the floor and a really bad title, and then I kind of sat back and waited. And today, over 26,000 orders later, I want to break down exactly how I forced hundreds of Etsy sales to get my listings to rank at the top of search results quickly. Here's the truth. Etsy sales, they're not random. They're not luck. They really take effort, and you kind of have to force them in the beginning. And if you can build these 3 weekly habits into your routine that I'm going to teach you today, you are not going to have to sit and hope and wait for sales ever again. They take less than 20 minutes per day. They don't require any paid ads. They don't require going viral on social media. And if you're thinking, is this for beginners? Absolutely. This is especially important for beginners. Don't worry, this is not time consuming. You could do about 15 minutes for the first step, 10 to 15 minutes for step 2, and then it's really just operational discipline for step 3. And if you only implement one of these 3 things, you will see improvement. But if you implement all 3, this is where you can start to really force momentum. Let's start out with the easiest one. And this is the habit of daily Pinterest pinning. So this is perfect. Even if you are like mentally fried at the end of the day and you can't imagine doing anything to build your business or anything creative, this is for you. To show you how simple this is, let's start with something that you already do. You doom scroll, right? Who here doom scrolls? Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, but instead of mindless scrolling, we're gonna doom scroll with purpose. So the habit we're gonna adopt is pinning 20 times a day, 7 days a week. That could be 15 minutes a day, could be less, but that's it. You're just gonna pin your current listings in your shop. Now, this works because Pinterest is not really social media. I sometimes classify it as that, but it's a search engine. And unlike other platforms like TikTok or Instagram, people who go to Pinterest expect to leave Pinterest when they click into certain pins. They expect to click on a pin and be taken to another site. They are primed and ready to do that. It's not difficult to get them to leave Pinterest to go to your site because that's what Pinterest is built for. You're already doing SEO for your Etsy listing. It's really like you've already done the work to do the SEO anyways. And the volume on Pinterest compounds. So what you do with Pinterest today, it can help you a decade from now. And that is the beauty of Pinterest. You put in a little bit of investment now and it builds and builds and builds. It's not like you publish a post on TikTok and you better hope it takes off in 24 hours. I use the same strategy to grow a blog to millions of followers, but I've leveraged Pinterest for other businesses and platforms as well. The strategy is high volume, consistent pinning, and trend alignment. And I got over 555,000 followers from Pinterest to my Etsy shop. And that is over 500,000 followers that my competition, they weren't even trying to get people from Pinterest to their shop. And that traffic almost matched the amount of traffic that I was getting from the Etsy app, which is insane. And it was totally free, no paid ads. What do you do during these 15 minutes? Number 1, you pin your listings directly from Etsy. You are using the Google Chrome extension. You're pinning different images within your listings. You may have multiple images that are optimized for Pinterest within the Etsy listing that you're pinning to different boards. Keep in mind, you're gonna be using different board titles. Board titles are important for SEO as well, board titles and descriptions. You want to make sure that you're A/B testing different types of images, and you're going to do this 20 times a day. So you're pinning your own stuff, at least 20 of your own pins through the Google Chrome extension. Then, this is important, to train Pinterest to identify your account as a trend-forward account. If you've been spending the last 10 years on Pinterest looking up casserole recipes, we gotta retrain your Pinterest. And so we want to doom scroll and pin and take note of what colors are trending, what fonts are trending, what aesthetics are trending. Not only is this going to retrain your Pinterest to understand your account better, but it'll also give you ideas of new products to be adding to your shop. And we're going to study your competitors' pins and see what is getting engagement. That will also help you improve your mockups. We're not copying, we're refining, and we're learning about what our customers that we want to have are drawn to. And now, why does this force sales? Because this video is about forcing sales. Well, because traffic is the leading indicator. More traffic means more favorites, more add to carts, and more orders. So you can rank higher by driving extra targeted traffic from Pinterest directly to your listings, you're injecting that traffic right into Etsy, which Etsy loves. They love it so much that you can use your own link, your share and save link, to ensure that you are getting the credit for that sale. Now, if you do this strategy, you're going to do 20 pins a day, 7 days a week. So that's 140 pins per week. I would say do that at least a couple months. And over 8 weeks, you would have injected 1,000 opportunities for traffic. That's putting your foot on the gas to get some sales. Traffic alone, clearly it's not enough, because if your listing isn't strong, you're basically like pouring water into a bucket that has holes in it. So here is the second habit we want to get into. And this is getting feedback on every new listing. I always say we got to force the feedback. Now, most people, they publish a listing on Etsy and they wait and they see if someone wants it. That is a very, very brutally slow way to get feedback. We have to identify if your product is the problem. So every time you launch a listing, we're going to take 2 photos of products from your shop that are kind of similar products, and you're going to put pictures of them in a Facebook group. You're going to ask for opinions. You're going to say, I can't decide which is better. What do you think? Help. You're not linking your shop. You're not spamming. You're simply getting feedback, and you will get lots of opinions, and you will know specifically what you need to change about this listing to make it attractive, to make it something that people would want to pay for. And your product, honestly, it could be 10 times better just for taking that one extra step. So this works because number one, you improve your product before the algorithm learns that people don't like it. And second, you increase engagement. And third, you do end up attracting buyers, because inevitably, especially if you post the revisions of the product in the comments, you'll start to get questions of, where can I get this? Join very customer specific groups. Maybe it's around wedding planning or dog moms or teachers or travel nurses, whatever your audience is into. Some of my favorites are interior designer groups. These are like the best to put your decor in. We're not spamming anything. We're asking real questions. When they become emotionally invested in giving their thoughts and ideas and feedback, that is someone who could potentially convert later on. Putting this in random Etsy seller groups, complete waste of time. Do not put this in Etsy sellers groups or Etsy sellers feedback or the best Etsy advice group. You're not putting it in there, because those people are often in there looking for ideas. They're not necessarily trying to help you win, and they're not necessarily your profitable customer. So instead, get into very, very specific, warm, niche or customer or hobby, activity, kind of identity related groups. Those are gold. I would do this weekly for every single new listing you put in the shop. And I would make this not an option if I was serious about seeing results on Etsy. Now, here's the last step to take to force Etsy sales. And this is one that no one wants to hear. It could be your biggest advantage. And this is to be the fastest seller in your category. See, when I was building momentum on Etsy, I had one obsession: speed. My turnaround time was within 24 hours for as long as I could hang on to that tight turnaround time. I don't care if the rest of my listings had a 10-day turnaround time. My new listings always had a 24-hour turnaround time. And that became a massive competitive advantage. Speed wins because, as Alex Hormozi says, you can take what someone else is doing and just deliver it twice as fast. And that can be your edge. And so most sellers who have, let's say, a 3 to 7 day processing time, if you can do a 24-hour processing time, you will win. You can even win while charging more. And this is because profitable customers value their time more than money, and people will pay for speed. I actually once had someone pay $150 to have a $50 sweatshirt overnighted to them because they needed it for the bachelorette party they were going to that weekend. If you can offer speed, your conversion rate will be higher and you will win the sale. How do you implement this? Number one, tighten up your production workflow. Use templates, pre-make variations, have blank inventory ready, or have a visible rush option that they can add on. It could be a variation in the listing or separate as long as there's a product fulfilled with it. Now, even if only 10% of people use your rush options, it still increases your average order value. But the biggest thing you want to be doing is actually editing the shipping profile of that listing, because that is the one way where they will see it is truly a faster turnaround time. There's a psychological advantage when someone sees ships in 24 hours. So definitely consider adding that on your thumbnail photos as well. When they see that, they're not directly comparing price, because that's suddenly another variable that increases the value of your product. And so now they're comparing things on urgency, and that's a very different buying conversation. So let's zoom out and recap. What you want to do to force Etsy sales is inject traffic daily directly to your listings through Pinterest, and then force customer feedback as soon as you publish listings or even before you publish listings to ensure that you're creating products that people like, and that is through Facebook. And then third, you are delivering faster than anyone else. else. You're sticking to that 24-hour turnaround time for as long as humanly possible. And if nothing else, you're doing that on your brand new listings while they're getting sales. We're doing all of those things at the same time. And that is how you force sales in ways that your competition is not doing. Now, if you're doing all of this and you don't understand the fundamentals of SEO and keywords, none of this really matters. If that's you, and if you're a little fuzzy on SEO, go ahead and watch the next video so you can lock that in and combine that with the strategies you learned from this video. And if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.